Hi, welcome to this week's video for History with Holly. Today I'm going to talk about a book I'm reading at the moment via audiobook called Wordsl. I've put asterisk in the title just in case I do click that my videos are safe for kids, so that's why. Obviously it's not that naughty a word, but yeah, anyway, if you're showing this to a group of children, that's why. I recommend a little bit of language. So essentially this book is by a linguist and it is about language and how it impacts our capacity to interact as genders and how it impacts gender. So it's fascinating in that it's very easy to read. It's meant to be very accessible. It's not very highly academic. She's got a lot of sources, like it's reputable, but it's not highly academic, so it's quite accessible to anyone who has an interest in language. It talks about, so the couple of, I'm not about halfway through it, and the couple of chapters that I've heard so far are about looking at vocal fry and uptalk, two habits that particularly are criticising young women. And I've realised after researching them a little bit, I have vocal fry. I didn't realise it's when you go, like you have that creakiness. So don't do anything to my father because I will end you. Like that. Anyway, so I do it. And apparently women get criticised for it a lot more than men, even though men do it just as much. It's something that's come into fashion, and so that's really what's really interesting about the way she looks at language. And the first chapter or two is all about the history of English and how it's changed as over time, and how that's okay, you know, and how the reason she posits that so many people are threatened by language change is because it means there's cultural change. It means, like, why she said the last thing I heard before I made this video was everyone over 40 detests teenage slang. And she thinks it's because that means there's another generation coming up to take over. And so they're afraid and anxious about change, which is probably true. Anyway, so it's really interesting talking about vocal fry and uptalk and how young women aren't taken seriously because they use these uptalk, sorry, I should explain, is when you raise the pitch at the end like you're doing like you do for a question, but it's not a question. So you know that I don't like this. That sort of thing. I don't know. I have to do an American teenage voice apparently to do it. Anyway, just raising the pitch of your voice at the end of a sentence when wouldn't usually be appropriate in normal pronunciation. That's uptalk. So it's very interesting. I'm learning a lot about grammar, even for somebody who has a master's in linguistics. I'm still learning a lot about grammar. I am the sort of person that is a grammar Nazi. Like, I am that sort of person. I correct people. I'm an English teacher. I feel like it gives me the right to correct people. And this is actually making me rethink that, because she's talking about the bad things that people do in terms of grammar and how they actually just reflect changes in society and changes in culture. So maybe I shouldn't be so negative. And also things like, I don't know, ain't. She's American, so she talks about American examples most of the time. And she talks about how ain't now is looked upon as something that makes you a lower class. And maybe you come from the South, or that degrades you in the eyes of people that have more education, for example, or speak a higher, more cultured level of American English. Whereas a couple of centuries ago, or not even that, a century ago, ain't was used by the English upper class. So it's just about what you're used to. So anyway, I'm about halfway through it, so I think I'll probably do another video on Wordsl before I'm done. But I can't recommend it highly enough, and you should read it. Thanks for watching.